finally over in the library. The library, everything imported just fine, but it was missing most of the songs from, or a lot of songs from some of the lists. So. The idea is that I recreate my mid-tier list, which houses everything that's in all the other lists. Make sure everything fits in that, and if everything works in there, then I just re-import the entire library and it should all be in there. But to do that, I need to cross-reference those 19,000 songs. Which is not that much compared to the entire library, so... recreate the names and stuff. I guess I didn't save some of the old file names and shit. I'd like to wake up when it launches. I want to be on the cutting edge. So we'll find out when that launches, and I'm probably gonna get my sleep adjusted accordingly. I don't want to spoil to ban anybody. It'll just be easier that way. Oh, okay. You're in the chat. God. Whoa. Yo, is this like a backer thing? Thank you, man. Did you get like a bunch of extra keys or something? Dude, backer exclusive costume keys. How many did they give you? Thank you.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliche can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather
Oh,
deeply.
dude.
Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my
File
preferred
anyone
state.
can use? Okay.
Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True
Okay.
enough.
Well, thank you, then.
Need to find your friend.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Detlef wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him.
Yep.
Ever. End of story.
Need to double check when it comes out.
Some way.
The time and shit, so if I adjust my sleep. I don't want spoilers, so I'd rather just play it at launch.
Vampires can evade detection
And then just bust
by the
through it.
senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces.
Nah, surely you'll
Those
get it.
pieces were hands.
I feel like you'll
And
get
with
it
the rings
after
seemed
they
to be all
release it
worn out.
officially, so they
Perhaps
don't lose
they've
too many
taken
sales.
interest in it.
I'm just hoping the game isn't too easy. But they did say it's shorter, so I should be done before Monster Hunter World. I mean, I spent over 100 hours, I think. Well over 100 on first one. But I'll be putting in long streams. Once I'm done with The Witcher, I'm just cutting music, or
It's
cutting
Detlef's
video.
hand, without a doubt. It will do
Maybe
splendidly.
music. Then video. Until La Milana comes out. I'm hoping I finish this today, we'll see. Yeah, I can see you wanting to delay it. I'll probably have the time with World coming out soon, and then are you gonna try to do anything in between World and Generations? I assume not. I feel like you'll be on world. I feel like we'll both be on world for at least a week. We're gonna try a bunch of shit. I don't think it's gonna be like the other ones. But I highly doubt this generation's on the 20th. There's much time to fit in like a Hollow Knight or something in there. I don't think I'll be able to fit Octopath. We'll see. Maybe World's not gonna be that long. I'm not gonna just like go through it once and be done though. I wanna get my fill this time.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who
Sorry
owe
for
their
DMing you
hosts,
so much during all that.
you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food.
Precisely. The reason why I in turn gave it to Detlef.
Moderately
To
excited.
remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
I can't get a read on how the game's gonna be. I mean, it seems like a good game. I'm curious if it'll be a good Lambada kind of thing, you know? I mean, I'm all for them removing tedium and shit if that's what they want. And I hope they don't step into the difficulty of the puzzles too much.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy of Kermoran, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked
What is
to
this?
strong emotions experienced.
You got all the costume keys now or something? Did they make it that easy, really? Is that all of them? I guess there'd be more too, but I mean, are those just the good ones? Dude, what a pimp, man. Thank you. Only 4? Okay. So if I just replace the number, I can get all 4 of them? Nani the fuck? Amazing, dude. You are a god. Oh. 3 doesn't work. One work. There is no 3. Oh. Oh, I see. Indicating how many keys you get. There are 4 total costumes. Okay, so you just redeem one of them or some shit? Oh, okay, I see, I see. You just drag and drop the one file in, and that's it. Use the 4 instead of the 2. Alright. Let me
Tissue's owner.
delete the others
Picture
then.
it as dreaming a fragment of someone's
Cool.
life.
Back
Any
again.
chance we might see what Deadloff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettloff's hideout.
Can't you just summon Deadloff? You're both higher vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettloff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
But yeah, tomorrow hopefully I can get that music done. I feel like it's gonna take a couple hours. Gotta plug back in the old computer and then just cross-reference my mid-tier list back and forth until everything's perfect. And then re-import the entire library. I was seeing shit in there that wasn't even on my iPod, man. I was like, how is there shit in here I didn't add to this list? It's fucking mystery. Maybe some shit just doesn't go into my iPod. That's why I figured I had to do it on my computer. Should remake every other playlist correctly if I have all the file types to recreate a larger one, so we'll see. I'm just gonna cut video after that, man, and then go to bed early. I figure I have time to run too.
Covenarius spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to
I'll
Dettloff's
wake up
tissue,
at like
we shall need
8:30
a
or
powerful
something.
occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison.
I actually
make
don't
one
know.
susceptible to visions.
I remember what time they said it's coming
I've
out.
got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. The spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Leave it there. So yeah, we're doing all main story now. So it should all be pretty cool. There's a couple of mini side quests we get as we go. Go to the god. What'd you do now, bud?
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless. So, perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
So, Think you've set a nice little trap for me? Sorry. Want to get me to confess? Gonna have to try harder.
I love a challenge. In that case, my ears are cocked. What must I do?
Cocked.
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets. Vampires, intriguing creatures, must lead fascinating lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Got a new life, new body. That give you a new start? Blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovery. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower.
He's getting all the
Once I
drink.
could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, from my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after.
Hair can't handle this hood, man.
Gotta ask you the big question, one everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Dude, stupid and Geralt's a fucking pimp, man.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detlef recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living high of vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
I
Dead certain.
mean,
Let's wait a bit longer.
it's
It'll
still
return
just a
soon,
bird,
don't worry
man.
about
It's
it
not a
for a moment.
fucking light-speed traveling machine. Asking the big questions, dude.
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the whites survived, entirely unmolested.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed
I
observational
mean,
skills.
somebody came
What
by and
exactly
tried to
did they
commit genocide,
observe?
he'd probably
The
adapt.
area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons.
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder, or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
The whites come.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes,
Could ask him to
later.
spit into it.
I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We'll require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Well, off we go then.
Move it.
Definitely gonna push Shed Me back. I need to start writing down the games that I'm gonna have to push back into like later this year. Shed Me is definitely a sacrifice. We can easily take. I only really need to play them before the third one comes out, of which I'm not expecting much.
Our guests. Never a good omen. Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm. A message. Trying to tell me something.
The spoons, the spoons.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around. What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. White's
Read the bestiary. Read the bestiary entry. Would the white be a... Thought it'd be a specter. Elementa, Draconid. Foglet. Oh. Jesus. That's some weird looking motherfucker, man. So why did they get hunted down? They transform into dangerous foes.
Collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
Some mimic shit.
Poor girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship must have graced a rich man's table. Smashed mirror, as if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves.
Well, I guess
The
necrophages,
monster.
I mean,
Journal's author, maybe?
it would make sense for them to be, you know, originally like people or something, since they're like some weird necro thing. We'll learn about how they end up that way.
You have shall say to you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. A spoon key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
A special spoon. I need to run out and do it right now. I'm guessing we're not in a rush. We can do it after. It's a treasure hunt anyways. Generally not the most important thing.
White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse?
It's their family.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic.
Romantic.
Right arm bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. Broken neck.
He's not eating
on
it.
his lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death.
He's not eating it.
Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. Spoon, pretty ordinary.
And mutagens in a fucking model.
Table's set. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
Okay. You're killing me, Smalls. Yeah, I'd shit to do to that. Not gonna be on forever, but tomorrow I'll probably be on, finish it up. And I got some shit to do. Oh, the lore. I read a couple earlier. precious.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it.
Spoon precious.
You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
Take the fucking chair.
Just need a bit for Regis.
Chad, yeah.
And now we'll tend to you. Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
What do you want to do? The opposite of the curse, man?
Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
I mean, I guess what it's trying to... I can't tell if they want me to do the opposite or just go along with exactly what they want. We got checkpoints. I would have swapped, yeah.
We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons.
Maybe you have to have a eat with the willing guest without doing any of those things or something. I don't really get it. Oh, we just rechecked the checkpoint. That good shit.
Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness. Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
Yeah, I would have swapped, but I couldn't figure out what the ultimate goal was and what was a direction and what was just like the description of the curse. I should have read into it a bit. Die.
Shh, easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
Mm. Okay. That's weird.
I'll take you someplace safe.
I thought the opposite would be like he has his own spoon and then he gives
So
it
I took
to
her by
you
the hand
know,
and
but
led her
maybe he's
here.
using theirs.
Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She
You're...
should recover quickly.
What's up, dude?
Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over
How you
100
doing,
years
man?
when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate.
She's still sexy, man.
One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of this.
Watching a True
An
G.
ancient rite of hospitality.
I hear you're looking for a new
Righteous want to
place,
give
and
food and drink to
that
such a
sounds
guest
exciting.
lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her.
Beggar's
And as she
powerful,
even
brother.
refused him the crumbs
Super
from her
beggar.
table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine
Super
lifting
beggar.
the curse was hardly simple.
I'll just keep going.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony.
My
Always
dude
gotta
still
figure
got
out how
that
to
poison
catch
in
it.
his veins.
Marlena had
Yeah.
spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required.
Oh, she looked like
Simplest
sin, brother.
solutions are sometimes the last that come
She'd
to
probably
mind.
kill anybody that comes in there.
Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I
Oh,
imagine
shit.
so. But most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry.
My dude
She
finally
will
gonna
be in
get some
good
action
hands
then.
here.
Wanna play around a Gwent? Fuck off.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Well, good thing we upgraded this place for her beforehand, man. Yeah, there is another one here. Oh, it was that guy. Yeah, no spoon will sate you. Isn't it like true then if you don't eat with the spoon? That's what was weird for me. I can understand like some of the other bits, but I guess I was just a little confused on that one. Alright, boy, let's go fuck some shit up, man. That way we got a little side quest. It was like a treasure hunt, so I'm not too worried about. I mean, I guess I get the idea.
Giddy up.
If you think of it as not directions, but just statements of like fact, right? Maybe.
Go, go.
I mean, if you thought of it as like a statement of fact, then it's like, no spoon will sate you, so if you eat with the spoon, it's the direct opposite. I guess like directions or something is different. Yeah, I mean, it's with those three options, I guess it makes sense, but just kind of a weird one. Didn't really get it at first. Can I not run right now? Can only do the canter. Either way, we could have just reloaded. That works out.
Whoa!
Go, go.
This game is garbage. There goes Gaunter. Ah, a little reference there. I was gonna say, man, that beggar's
I
fucking
love you.
strong man. Didn't he kill somebody with the spoon and heart to stone? Or if that's a quick way.
Where are your men?
Did you care, sir? Our sweet shining sun. Wipe your boots before you take another step. Don't slurp your food. Don't eat with your hands. Don't pick your teeth with your
Jesus
knife.
Christ, you my mama?
What?
Oh, I'm just jesting. You, sir, clearly were not born in a barn. Welcome to the pheasantry.
Jesus.
The best auberge in all the duchy.
Spoon.
Spoon like this. When you set a place, where's it go?
My, oh my. It seems rather a fanciful bouillon spoon. Or a key of some sort. There's a note here.
Yeah, note led me here. Any idea what the key might open?
Never seen it before. But you might search the cellars. The previous owner left all sorts of knickknacks there.
Knick-knack, paddywhack.
Drink and be merry.
Let's cool that.
Hands off!
We just gotta go into the cellar for free here. The kind lady. Never been able to open this. So weird. Some food. Gorthon Studio. I mean, good thing they didn't just break it open. Man. What the fuck? I want to find out what's in there. Not sure. I said the key was like in 12 something. I don't know how long ago that was. I'm gonna do this real quick. Drunk asshole. Now, if we don't finish the story tonight, which I doubt we will, unless I just go hard. Dude, this keeps happening. This like bug where the horse won't sprint anymore. Then we'll finish it tomorrow, and then probably just go to bed super early tomorrow. Need to find out the time La Milana releases. They said it was like 10 a.m. something. That was CST, PST. Random Japanese time zone. About 36 hours. Okay, I might not have to go to bed too early then. Yeah, I only did like 2 or 3 main story things. I wanted just to do them all at once. And apparently there's a few side quests you can only grab after looking up. Or not looking up, but after doing certain main story things. I think that we'll be more than done with this game by the time it's La Milana 2 time. Probably do like 5 or so hours today. Maybe. I got all day tomorrow. I think we finished pretty much all the side quests. Oh, fucking banshees. I'm not gonna rush it or anything, but I don't think we have that much left. Outside before. Where's this one? Big ghosty lady.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, son. I can be able to make black dye. Instead of like brown little armor right now. Not too pretty, but it's better than blue with black shoulders. I figured you were gonna go there. I knew. I might have to push some things back next week. I got Llama too. Unless it's as short as they say. Sips white brew. I do. Dies from toxins. Toxins. Why am I like just fucking hoofing it all the way there? What a waste of time. We can go in here maybe? Maybe it's like a story deal. I don't remember. Maybe we've already been here. Yeah. Nope.
Faster.
Enjoy a little more of the countryside.
Can you fathom it?
Not what I'm looking for. We already did a lot of these for that one Wine Wars quest. Wonder who all's gone through this without like fast travel, man. Plan out your attacks. Really for any game. This would be a game would be alright. Just because everything looked pretty good. I don't know if I could stomach it in something like Skyrim though. Time Spinner. I think we talked a little bit about that, but I don't remember it well. Ugh, one of my ears is like slightly clogged or so I need to start putting medicine in. Oh, yeah, we were actually talking about that yesterday. Bruce was talking to me about it. Isn't it already out on PC or am I crazy? I was thinking of the other game he was showing. It was like Minute or some shit, some roguelike. Long Rube. Long Pube.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition.
The hair
To make a long
freaking man.
story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Tesham Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires
get it, you're
decided
bad.
something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Teshem Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Let's
See
do
no
it,
reason
boss.
to dawdle. Tesham Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
Yes.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Teshem Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
Didn't know this was gonna get fucking gay. Sparkling vampires. Two manly men.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
You lead.
Maybe we should have drank it when we got here. But whatever. Maybe he needs to drink it fresh as fuck.
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger.
Alright.
Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
Speak vampire and enter.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms. A vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once. Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from Caldwell into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Human husbandry and care. This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent reading them. Honest suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the
Evil
air.
here.
Yes. Great many beings have breathed their last here.
The Higurashi Wellman.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here. Remind us of where we came from.
Seems your kind assembled this peculiar little library.
Jesus.
They ventured beyond the sea.
Not a fat
What's
lid.
this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Dead. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garashab. My tribe and Deadlove's. We both remained in this part of the world.